Good evening, everyone. First, I want to thank the Summit Daily, the Education Foundation, and the Rotary for putting this on today. And I want to thank the other 9 candidates for being strong stewards for the county and for the district. I grew up in Fairland, Oklahoma. You've never heard of it. The entire town could fit in this auditorium. In school, I was an athlete, particularly basketball, and I'm fortunate enough to have the opportunity to have a scholarship to play ball, but chose not to. It was a small Kansas school that was very near my hometown. Ultimately, I went to Northeastern Oklahoma A&M Junior College with a PE and education major. That is where I was actually introduced to the arts, particularly theater, and is where I learned that what the importance of arts is to society and to the individual. I received an associate's degree from Northeastern Oklahoma A&M, a bachelor's degree from the University of Central Oklahoma, a master's degree from Texas A&M at Commerce, and I completed 1 year of my PhD at Texas Tech University, where I was on a fellow when I was offered the job of artistic director at the Lake Dillon Theater Company, and moved to this beautiful county for 3 years. 17 years later, I'm still here. My husband Josh and I have lived in the county for 17 years. We have a wonderful, beautiful 6-year-old son, Lincoln, who attends Silverthorne Elementary School in the dual language program. I currently sit on the Silverthorne Accountability Committee, and for the past 3 months have been fortunate to be the president of the PTA at Silverthorne. I believe that mental health and the well-being of our students, teacher retention, and arts integration are vital to the success of our education system in Summit County. And if we want to achieve academic excellence, we must focus on reading and writing skills of our students, because reading comprehension is the foundation to not only academic success, but also to workforce education. And I would be honored to serve on the board. Thank you.
This is our first question. What do you believe are viable strategies that will help attract and retain highly qualified teachers and support staff? And how will you work to implement those strategies? You have 2 minutes.
So I think you're going to hear a lot of the same answers, or at least some solutions and not complete solutions. I think that'll be the job of the seven of us around the table to negotiate what these logistics are. I think the first thing is vote yes for 4A. I think that's the first thing. Of course, it's competitive teacher salaries. As Tim said, we're not talking about across the state. We're talking about here in Summit County, where the cost of living is much, much more than what it is in most areas of the state. I think professional development, I think getting help inside the classrooms when you have teachers with 25 to 30 kids. Half of them may be EL students. There may be 10% of those that are special needs, and one teacher alone is trying to teach reading to all of those different demographics at one time. I think we have to get help in the classrooms so there's not that burnout. I think workforce housing, of course. What is that answer? I don't know. A solution could be working with the county on a down payment assistance program or a down payment loan program could be one of the solutions. Yeah, and I think we're going to continue to hear these same things across the board. Thank you. Where I think this is a really great question, what is our priority? What is our number one priority? I don't know if that solves anything. I think Stan is right. We have to look at where our deficiencies are and move from there. Whether that be reading, whether that be mental health, whether that be teacher retention, we have to focus on all of those problems simultaneously. If the question was, what am I passionate about? I would easily be able to say arts integration, because I think arts integration can help solve a lot of these issues that are in the classroom. Arts integration is not simply teaching someone how to paint or how to sing or what theater is. It's actually using those art forms as a teaching tool in the classroom to teach science, to teach math, to teach reading, to teach communication, and even social-emotional learning. I think I can bring that to the school board with my 20-plus years in the arts and my passion for arts integration. Thank you. Well, thank you again to the Summit Daily, the Education Foundation, and the Rotary for hosting this event. Thank you all for sharing your passions for the community and our youth. And then thank you to you for being here and being so passionate about the issues that are facing us on the ballot on November 5th. Why am I running? I got that question, or I get that question a lot. And my answer was always, well, I just want to give back to the community that has given back to me for 17 years. And then I started realizing that that was incredibly, maybe even an obnoxiously sounding political non-answer. And we all know that the school board is a nonpartisan, non-political position. We have one concise job, and that is to serve our community and serve the youth of our community. We all may have different priorities. We all might have different projects. We all may have different ideas of how we accomplish these projects, but we all want the same thing, and that's something better for our youth. There are 4 open slots on the Board of Education. I believe I'm one of the persons to best fill these positions. I'm a passionate steward of the arts and believe that the arts has a direct and positive impact on both society and students in the classroom. And arts integration increases creative and cognitive thinking and decision-making. It can improve reading, math, and science proficiencies. I believe we should have a solid, attainable plan to increase awareness and take action, improving the mental health of our students and mental health of the community. And I believe that until we can solve the teacher retention turnover and turnover issues that this district continues to have, we will never be at an academic level of achievement that our students deserve. I have 17 years of fundraising, budget, strategic planning, and implementation, capital improvement, construction oversight, and staff management experience that allows me to look through a very unique lens of long-term planning and strategic decision-making. My experience as a nonprofit leader in this community for 17 years gives me an advantage in networking and bringing people to the table to inspire about and engage in the schools in our community. I hope for your vote on November 5th. Thank you.